What up, guys? So I just made one video while I was down here putting my clothes to wash, and then I stretched, and now I'm right here drying my clothes. So I'm getting things done this morning, guys. I feel great on my legs because I've been working out and my legs are kind of sore. Anyways, guys, I just made a video this morning about, actually like 30 minutes ago or 20 minutes ago, about understanding why you want to make changes in or with your life. And I just wanted to make another short video and just to kind of add to that. So the reason why you need to understand why you want to change, and I talked about that in the video I made earlier. It's because as far as I've experienced, that's what's going to give you the motivation. That's what's going to give you the motivation, the reason to push yourself to make changes that are difficult to make. That's what's going to give you the reason to stick to your goal, and to stick to the plan, or at least to keep going even when if you mess up or if you get off track a little or a lot. So it's so important to understand why you want to make, as far as I've experienced, it's so important in my opinion to understand why you want to make changes, because they have to be very genuine, very honest reasons why you want to make changes, and they have to be very significant reasons. It can't just be because you want more money to buy yourself a house. In my opinion, that can be a part of it, but that can only be such a small part of it. You really have to have significant, genuine, strong reasons why you want to make changes. And a lot of it, as far as I've experienced, it has to be very selfless. Of course, part of it is selfish, for lack of a better word or words, but it has to go beyond yourself. Obviously, we all have families, so I'm sure that's not hard for us to do. We can think about other people as well. But the reason, in my opinion, you have to understand why you want to make changes in your life is so that you have motivation, so you have a strong desire to really stick to changes and to really stick to working on pushing. So you're gonna have times when as far as I've experienced, I've had times where I'm pursuing these changes, and I'll get off track, or I'll go back and revisit old habits. Like a simple, easy example is I'll be on a diet and learning about food and nutrition, and then I'll go and mess up my diet for a week. But I always go back, and I go back a lot longer than I stay off of it. I'm always on it. This whole year I've been on it a lot longer than I've been off. Anyways, point being, you need to know why you're doing it. It's so important. Aren't you tired of somebody else making a schedule for you? Somebody telling you what time you got to be at work. Somebody telling you, how they want you to run the business, and you have good ideas. From my experience, I've done restaurants, and I know I would love to run my own, for example, because I believe a lot of times I care more about the quality and the service, etc., the organization, than other people around me, or even than the owner himself or herself, or than the manager. And there's so much, guys, but aren't you, like I said, aren't you ready to start working on making your own schedule, finding things you love to do, making money the way you want to make money, and then enjoying it? It has to be beyond the money, in my opinion, from my experience. So that's what I'm working on, guys. I'm just sharing what I've understood so far, and I'm still working, and I'm eager and anxious and willing to keep learning from other people as well. I'm just sharing what I've experienced, guys. So It's really important to know why you want to make changes. And once you really know why, one thing that's going to do, as far as I've been able to understand and experience firsthand, it's going to help you have a lot stronger reason and motivation to stay on track and to get back on track. And it's also going to start giving you a lot of more clear idea of what you want to do to make those changes. Once you understand what kind of changes and why you want to make them, you're going to start being able to understand a lot more clearly how or what you're going to do to make those changes. As far as I've experienced, and it takes a lot of thinking, a lot of honesty, a lot of really looking at yourself, how you've been living life, how the last, for example, 10 years of your life have been, and so on and so forth. Really being honest about it, thinking about where you have come in life, how you feel at the moment, and where you would like to go with life, and why. And then once you got a really strong foundation with the why you want to, then you could really start more easily thinking about, okay, now how? And the how has a lot to do with, what do you like to do? What kinds of things would you like to make a part of your life? And it, as far as I've experienced, it takes a long time. But it's kind of like you have to self-educate yourself. Just like school takes 4 years, you can start making changes with your life, and it might take 4 years to make strong, significant, very tangible changes where you are like, dude, my life has, as far as I've experienced, I believe. But you have to kind of invest your money and your time in self-educating yourself. It's kind of like you invest time and money in going to school, except for you do it without going to school. That's kind of what I've been experiencing. I believe that there is some truth to these things that I'm saying, and like I said, I'm eager, willing, anxious to learn more, and I hope these videos I'm sharing can help somebody understand a little bit more about how I've been able to develop some kind of significant improvements with my routine, with my education, my self-education, my knowledge, and like I said, a lot of that has been through not the best times. A lot of times I've learned through shitty times or from shitty experiences, and a lot of times I've gotten off track. But understand why you want to do the things you want to do, and that will definitely play a huge role in getting back on track, as far as I've experienced. Anyways, guys, hope you're having a good morning. I'm out of here. My clothes is drying, so now I gotta get up back to my my mom's pad, because fortunately for me, I got a place to stay. At the moment, I'm staying with her, and I'm very grateful for that. But I gotta get back and start getting ready for work. I gotta get my backpack, packed with that quality stuff. Like I said, you gotta have the books, the notebooks, the pens, something to exercise with. You gotta have something, to do while you're gone. Good food while you're out and about. You gotta have good food. You gotta have quality things around you. That's what I recommend, and you have to start learning what those things are and what kinds of things you like to have around you, I believe. And work hard, play hard type of thing. But start learning what that means, I guess. Anyways, peace out, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.